Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff, and I am super excited to play this super fun deck. I'm calling this one White Black Lifegain. I had initially played a mono white version of this deck, and I will probably put up a video. It was my very first video, so it didn't look too great. But I am excited to show you this one. It's going to be super fun, and I added in the black because it really just added an extra element of early game removal and also a couple things for card draw in the deck. And so we're definitely going to go forward with this, and I think this deck is really good. So first off, the main theme of the deck is we have a Crested Sunmare in here, and so the goal is to try to make a ton of indestructible horses. Hopefully the 5/5s. We also play a ton of other horses in the deck to make sure that we are just getting value off of this the entire time, and just try to trigger this all the time. So a couple of things that we're doing for triggering life gain. First off, in the early game spots, we have Ajani's Welcome, which as soon as Crested Sunmare comes down, we're going to be creating another horse. We have Authority of the Consuls to hopefully, first off, just jink out any aggro players. Hopefully, just get enough value off of them that we are drawing and are gaining enough life that we slow them down enough to play all of our big stuff. And also creating horses on their turn, because if we can remove enough of their stuff, they have to be playing creatures on their turn, and then we're going to be getting more horses. And then we also are playing Fountain of Renewal in the one spot to just have gaining one life on each upkeep. And I actually have opted out to play more in this one drop slot than to be playing more in the two drop. So you see here, most people are playing our Diamond Sunmares, which is definitely a good card, but with going into two colors, it's a little less consistent. So I decided to go ahead and drop them to make sure we are getting this wombo combo here in the two drop spot, which is for Ajani's Pridemate, which is awesome. Every time we gain a life, we're getting a +1 counter, which with our one drops here, we can just go off like crazy with this, and it's so much fun. Um, we are also playing Famished Paladin, which is basically a 3/3 with Vigilance in our deck. So in way of removal, we have a couple of Silhouettes, which is awesome. We also have Moment of Craving, which just will take care of some early game threats and also gain us 2 life. Hopefully hit another trigger in the late game. It maybe will create us another horse. And then we are playing Arguel's Bloodfast, just trying to draw as many cards we can with the life that we get. We are only playing one of, because there's so many other good things to be playing in this deck. So that's one way we're drawing cards. We also, in the 4 drop slot, this is the other main reason why we want to be playing life gain, is we're hoping to gain 5 life with all the different triggers we have. With everything we have there, we can just play enough stuff and gain 5 life in the early turns. But really, this is more of a late game trigger for us, where we're going to be paying the 6 mana, making it a 5/5, and swing in for 5 lifelink. And that will be gaining life for us for our Sunmare, also creating a 4/4 Vigilant Angel, which I forgot they had Vigilance when I first played this. It is so awesome that they have Vigilance there as well. You can just be swinging in and still have awesome blockers. And then also we have the Shield Mare here, which will be gaining us our 3 life, and that's one of the ways we can get to that 5 life gain early on with an Ajani's Welcome or with some other triggers there. And then we have a Plague Mare. We're running 2 of Plague Mare here, just to try to get again some of that early game removal. It really hoses some decks. Like this can be really good against. And then we're playing Shalai, Voice of Plenty, to try to just protect everything that we have here. Playing 1 Cast Out, 2 Vraska's Contempt, Karn. I was playing a Helm of the Host, which is a little bit more of a win mark more card. It is super fun in our deck. It does really well, actually, just because everything we have has so many triggers that it produces really a great value there. But we're trying to just win by card draw and doing the value with what we have in our hand. Crested Sunmare here as well, Lyra Dawnbringers, and then our one of Regal Caracal. I'm leaving one of in here just because the value it produces with the Johnny's Pridemate, also to create those 2 life linkers for the Crested Sunmare. It really is just amazing. We do have some games where we have a huge Johnny's Pridemate, but we can't swing in with them because they have a big enough board to swing back. But if we can give it lifelink, we can be gaining to sometimes I've gotten this guy up to about 60 power and toughness before. And so if we're swinging in and gaining 60 life every turn, it doesn't matter. We're going to be closing out the game that way. And so that's why we play the one of Regal Caracal. It's just awesome. And so let's go ahead and see what we can do with this deck. I think it's going to be super fun. All right, here we go with game one of Black-White Lifegain. Hopefully we're playing some horses, some great life linkers, and I really hope we just run into an aggro matchup. That would be so fun. and hopefully we draw the things that make that worthwhile. All right, I think this is definitely a keeper. We're hoping to draw into something that gains us life to keep these guys getting bigger, which of course is most of our deck. So we'll go ahead and start out with planes. We want to be drawing into our double planes in case we run into a Resplendent Angel. Alright, so possibly control here. I think what we do is we go ahead and throw down Famished Paladin, just trying to get that 3 damage right away. If we do draw into like a Fountain of Renewal or something, that would be perfect to play with this Ajani's. Alright, so nothing so far. We're going to go ahead and swing in. Looks like this might be, could possibly be Merfolk. The Turbo Fog Mill has been pretty big right now as well, which is a pretty dangerous one. So we're going to go ahead and, actually no, we'll hold up something just in case they're playing Merfolk. Unfortunately, we didn't find anything to gain us life there, which is a bummer, but we will be playing this Crested Sunmare on curve, which is awesome. Really wish we had some trigger right now for this Paladin. We want to make sure he's getting Vigilance and actually swinging in, because we have a fast clock with just these two on the board, especially if we're finding any way to gain some life. Alright, so it is a controlling matchup. It looks like this is the Turbo Fog Mill. So we're going to swing in with everything each turn. I don't think they have any huge blowouts. Ooh, and Shalai is awesome. We're going to stop any chance of them doing Settle the Wreckage on us, anything like that. And so not getting life just yet, but also protecting us in a great way there. We probably won't swing in with Shalai as long as they have 2 mana up, just because we are scared of the seal away into a Settle the Wreckage. Alright, well, we are going to just go ahead and start playing. Let's go ahead and, we are going to swing in, maybe hope for them spending some mana here, so that we can get down to Crested Sunmare. Alright, so this is the Turbo Fog Mill. Alright, so not doing any damage here. Gonna throw down a Crested Sunmare. Not gaining any life yet, unfortunately. There we go. So this will gain us some life. Alright, so we're going to first play our Regal Caracal. They may have another fog here, but we're hoping to at least get in some points of damage here. So they don't have any Sell the Wreckage mana. I think that we still just go for it. If we gain any life with this, it's worth it. Alright, so no problem. They have more fogs. That's just fine. Hoping they don't have a Fumigate before we can start getting at least some of these indestructible horses down, which I think I play this other Crested Sunmare right away, I believe. Oh, oops. Oh well. Alright, so that makes all of our horses indestructible. That means no matter what they do here from here on out, you know what, we may hold back the Shalai just in case here. We definitely don't want to get run out by anything. So we are pretty well protected. The Saddle Wreckage doesn't hit us as long as we keep the Shalai on the battlefield. All they can do is keep fogging, which they will eventually run out. I mean, they've had 3 so far. I know there's a bunch of other versions of this, so we're just going to keep swinging in, making them pay it every single turn. And keep our Shalai back so they can't do anything there as far as settle the wreckage. If we ever gain life, we just turn on more stuff and create more indestructible creatures. I wonder if it's worth swinging for less so they don't feel like they need to be paying the Turbo Fog, or keep paying. Alright, so we have another Haze of Pollen. And I wonder if it's worthwhile to gain some life here. Oh, I guess we don't have the mana yet, so that's fine. We will just wait. They aren't really able to play any of their mill stuff yet either, because I believe that we have lethal as soon as we swing in. This is the one thing I don't like about this deck, is that it doesn't have tons of interaction outside of stopping all combat damage. If I get a big enough board early enough, it just does so much. So they're going to searching for, and actually right now this is helping us draw cards. So we are totally fine with this, as long as they don't get into their... So we're going to go ahead and draw an extra card, it looks like. Or no, that's beginning of their upkeep. Cast out is awesome here. We're definitely going to be casting out any way that they have for mill. And we're just going to hold on to that for now. And we're just going to attack again. Looks like they are holding up mana for everything, so keep Shalai back. And I think, yeah, we swing with everything else. Okay, another Haze of Pollen. That's just fine. Alright, so we get to draw a card here. Thank you very much. And they can go searching for some kind of fog spell again. And I believe they have like 12 versions of this in the deck, so like they will definitely have a lot. Alright, so they're going to cast the Fumigate, get rid of some of our stuff, which might mean they have a Settle the Wreckage for our horses. We can't do anything about this, but we keep all of our horses. We probably could have casted a Vraska's Contempt real quick, and that would probably be the best play there. So we're going to go ahead and let this resolve, and I believe that we immediately cast this out. We just don't want them getting any value off of this right away. So they do get the City's Blessing, unfortunately. But they are tapped out. We are going to be doing 10 damage to them. Hopefully we gain... Man, we need to find some way of gaining life. This is a little frustrating. Alright, and so we have the game next turn if they don't draw into anything else here. They will be drawing extra cards. They can draw basically 3 cards every turn. And they can go searching for a fog. I don't see why they're searching before they draw for their actual turn here. Seems a little silly to me. Alright, so they have a Teferi, which we are fine with them casting that. They do have mana up right now for Settle the Wreckage, so we'll probably only attack with 1. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and play Karn first. I mean, if they counter it, we swing in and win. And we're going to go ahead and tick up. Just trying to draw more cards. See what we get here. 2 lands. That's fine. Get them out of the deck. So we'll play the one they've seen. And we'll hold up Vraska's Contempt here. And they are holding up Settle the Wreckage mana. So I think we just attack with 1. And they'll probably take it instead of playing anything, is my hope. They do have Silhouette available as well, possibly. So they did have Subtle Wreckage, so we're fine with them. I mean, it's a bummer to lose one. Oh, dang it, I meant to play Russ's Contempt on that, but we'll do it against the Teferi. And let's go grab some more black mana. We have plenty of the white stuff. Alright, so I'm guessing they play Teferi here and probably bounce the Crested Sunmare. Which then gaining the life here doesn't matter as much. Let's see what they do. If they draw first, okay, if they're going to go drawing, we are immediately going to fire off this Vraska's Contempt. Gain some life, create another horse that's indestructible before they possibly draw into a counter there. So they do have a counter. Alright, that's a bummer. But they won't be able to have us settle the wreckage here on this next one. Ooh, maybe actually. Alright, we need to draw into a way to gain some life. That is the most important thing. We have tons of it in our deck. Arguel's Bloodflask isn't bad either. We're kind of hoping they give us that. Alright, Resplendent Angel is okay. Let's go ahead and play Plains. They already know we have this in our hand, so let's play the Resplendent Angel. I'm worried about another Fumigate, but I want to get the triggers. So yeah, let's hold it up for Fumigate. They do not have the Settled Wreckage. They're holding up something for the Search for Azcanta there. So we're going to go ahead, swing at Teferi. Hopefully they just let this go. They may have another one in hand. It is their only way of, like, it is really their only win condition right now. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and put it on top, second from the top. Which means we don't want to draw up with Karn there. We're probably going to go ahead and get the Arguel's Bloodfast and draw into it instead. I do think we still are ahead on this in this game. They definitely have some good things they can do, but we are at a place where as long as we let something through, we just start taking over the game. Of course, with control, you never know. They can have each of us draw 7 cards too. So, okay, they're getting this back.
You need to take a timeout.
Alright, so they are going to have us mill our horse. So that's a bummer. That's pretty smart right there. Smart play. They actually have us mill everything we had on the top here. Alright, so our play is definitely to get the Arguel's Bloodfast, play it, and just try to draw some cards. Draw into something that will really help us out here. We probably will attack with Resplendent Angel first, just because that gives us so much value. Hoping to not have Resplendent Angel. So, first off, tick down.
What was lost is now returned.
For this Arguel's Bloodfast. Gonna play the Arguel's Bloodfast. They may, I mean, if they counter that, okay, yeah. All right, so next, I believe we go attacking here. Can draw, yeah. I mean, the best value we can get is to attack here. He can't really do anything with the Teferi against us next turn. Hope they don't have Settle the Wreckage or Silhouette. They're gonna wait till we pay the extra mana here. Oh, they won't. All right, so that's fine. We don't pay it. We're just going to draw tons of cards here. So resolve. Alright, so as they go searching for stuff, we'll let that resolve. See what they get. Alright, so they get a negate, and that's totally fine. We don't really have a ton there. So we're going to go ahead and pay 1. Alright, Shield Mare is pretty good here. Alright, so we're hoping they don't have a Fumigate here. But I think what we do is... Ah, man. Let's draw one more card just to see a couple more options here, what we can do. Alright, Authority of the Consuls really isn't great against them. So let's play Ajani's Pridemate into a Shield Mare. And now we almost have... we probably should have played the Famished Paladin there and triggered that in the next turn. Alright, so they're going to be trying to mill us out as best they can here. They are drawing a lot of cards, putting us pretty low here. And we just have to hope that they don't... We do have lethal with the Shefet Dunes, and I think that we do fire that off just in case here.
We need to move quickly.
Alright, down to 24 cards. I believe that they can mill out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, milling out 6 cards each turn at a minimum, and they could mill out another 14 there, so actually because we draw first and then mill, so I think this is lethal here as soon as they... So I think that we have to go for it on this turn. So we're going to crack Shefet Dunes. We still have enough to pay for the Angel in case they seal away one of them. So combat, attack. We'll see if it's Settle the Wreckage. Alright, so I believe that might just be game then there. We're going to play Lyra. Show them our hand. They did. I mean, I'm believing if they dismemory here, we pretty much lose. We might have one more turn, but they also get to draw 7 more cards, and we'll probably have a fog inside of that.
Some solutions must be built.
Alright, so let's see what they search for here. I'm guessing, okay, yeah, so more ways to draw. Yeah, this should be the game. I'll play it out though. Let it happen. Draw more cards, discard more things. Milling more things. Alright, I'm guessing the Teferi up here. Alright, there's a Fumigate. Yeah, so this is the game. I'll go ahead and let them play it out just because it is pretty cool what they can do with this deck. But I'm guessing what they do here, I mean, they may have a good hand, so they don't want a memory just yet.
Slow down.
Alright. So, I mean, really the smart thing to do there is the memory, because I draw 7 cards first, and then I mill 14, and so that was the game right there. And so we'll still let them play it out here. Show us the cool stuff that they've got. I'll play my Famished Paladin next turn. Maybe draw ourselves out here, just for fun. So yeah, I mean we're gonna draw while we can. They don't have enough mana for this Glimmer, so see if we do have any outs. I know we don't, but if we could get enough power on the battlefield, you know, there's. Ah, yeah, we still wouldn't have enough. We'll go ahead and play the Lyra. And we'll let them win next turn. They should have done it on the last one. Let's see if they finally do it this turn. Still not doing it. All right, they do have enough here to commit.
Stand by and watch.
Or is it memory? They have enough to memory. Not bad. So drawing cards, milling more, down to 7. And then you should just have his drawer 7. Is that instant speed? No, it's... Alright, that's cool. Letting us play some more. We will... Vraska's Contempt. We'll probably play Johnny's Pridemate, Vraska's Contempt, and then go swinging with Lyra. And, I mean, if they don't fire that off, we're still dead next turn. Alright, so yeah, Johnny's Pridemate first. We'll show them our hand. The cool stuff that we've got going here. Alright, they have the negate, of course. And then we swing them with Lyra. Alright. And we'll concede. I mean, if they're not firing it off, we'll go ahead and concede. They had the game for the last 3 or 4 turns, so we'll just go ahead and do that. Well, good game to him. He definitely played well there. Had every haze. If he didn't have one on any of those turns, we would have won. But I think that's they run 12 of those in the deck for a reason. And there we go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the deck. And if you do like the deck and want to see more of it, please put likes up there. And the more likes you get, the more chance there is that I will be playing it again. And really just enjoyed you guys being here. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.